Good morning.
Good morning. This is August 12th, Meditations, Reflections. Welcome.
Welcome.
Yeah, it's a good meditation as usual. Lots of sun this morning here.
It's just surprising. This was going to be a rainy day. I'm going to check the weather forecast. Maybe I can do more stuff.
Donna didn't like the smell of the incense.
Mm-hmm.
we change it up now and then, but we experiment. So
yeah, well, it's also kind of people have their own unique experience.
yeah.
Which, if I might, I'll go lead into what I got. They wanted me to talk about meditation with you, in the fact that because we have a lot of Zen, Buddhism influence in the last 50 years, because it made contact with the United States in the 1950s and it spreads around as a form of meditation. There are lots of forms of meditation. But that one talks about silencing the mind. And most of us are still coping with what is essentially monkey mind, your mind talking to you all the time. Sometimes that gets so distracting, people would ask me, what do you do about it? If you are struggling with monkey mind, the trick is to listen to it. You're going to go, I'm listening, and what's really weird, it shuts up.
Yeah.
Because monkey mind is one junky idea after another, like a bad tape recorder. And it contradicts itself. You know, I love the color blue. I hate the color blue. It will, if you're actually listening to it, you suddenly go, where the hell is that from? So it kind of stops it. And you can then hear the silence. But a lot of people, when they're starting to meditate, we talk about guided meditations, which are tapes. You can find them online. It's not that you're going to always use them. Use a guided meditation several times and then say it to yourself, because they're usually something fairly simple, like you're walking by the beach and hearing the seagulls, and you decide to go flying, and you fly up to the clouds where there's a beautiful temple. You know, once you get used to the idea of a guided meditation, you can then design and choose the ones that you like, which I think is a lot of fun. Now, you can pick up information from an object. The object might talk to you, or you might get an impression, a knowing, a physical sensation. Information comes in a lot of different ways, and you may have discovered which way you get the information, or you may still be experimenting. And keep in mind, sometimes information comes in a different form because that's the way that information can come in. So what we're encouraging is meditation. Experiment with a lot of different techniques. Don't give up. If sitting Zen meditation where you have to still your mind doesn't work for you, guided meditations until you work out a system that works for you. Now, you did a centering meditation this morning.
Yeah, it's when you have difficulty meditating, fall back on a technique that works and repeat it if necessary. And I just got back into the basics of what I do and took it a little bit a step further. I just I'm very much into the Native American medicine wheel and use the elements of that, and the 4 elements are fire, water, earth, and air, and just focused on each one of those independently, one at a time, and it brought me back to my center, which is
kind of the basis of meditation is centering yourself.
Exactly, yeah. So
where your mind wants to go.
So get back to the basics, the simple things. Don't overcomplicate your meditations, and stick to the basics and keep it simple.
Yeah, and that which works for you. One of the details is anything that focuses your mind and is peaceful for you, or focuses your mind with intensity. Surfing is a form of meditation. Saying a prayer is a form of meditation. And if you really get into the zone, washing dishes may be the form of meditation for you.
Yeah.
So notice when you feel relaxed, when you feel at peace. Notice what you're doing. It can be a simple activity, will be your form of meditation.
Just think about breathing,
Yeah.
and keep mindful of the breathing.
That's definitely from the Zen tradition. The following the in and out is something you can focus on. It's also true of a couple other forms of meditation.
Absolutely. Like in qigong, when you're breathing, you can breathe in qi energy and direct it to any part of the body that needs it, for healing or energizing. So, yeah.
And you can simply speak to God in any form that is for healing, and
So
see what comes.
the important thing is to get control of your mind, because we have such monkey minds that just want to dance all over the place and distract you and play with your emotions. And to get control of your mind is to get control of yourself.
True. By the way, yes, it will take a little effort, but it's not a long-term thing. It usually falls away pretty quickly when monkey mind realizes it's not influencing you anymore.
Well, it'll never give up, though.
Oh, well, I've got mine to give up, which is pretty good, so I know it's possible. But it didn't take too long. For me, it was hearing the silence of listening. And listening is bird song, nature sounds, music, all those forms of listening. I wanted to hear it. I didn't want to hear the monkey mind. And pretty soon it fell away. So no, there's hope, but be really persistent.
Yeah, so don't give up.
Give up, true. Well, we encourage you to find that which works for you. You'll recognize it by the state of peace or relaxation that it gives you. And it's just a persistence thing. I mean, after all, you've learned to walk, you've learned to ride a bicycle, you've learned to drive a car. You're learning to drive your mind, or at least organize all of its directions.
Keep it simple. Have a beautiful day, and we'll see you next time.
Blessings upon you.
Blessings.